So when the play starts, it starts within the hospital. As you can see, it's full of hospital beds, computers, as well as shelving units. Upon going outside, obviously you see this road. There's a forest in front of you which you can't see past, so you can't see the other side of the map, so it blocks the player's view. And obviously with the fog it adds depth of field, and again makes it so the player can't see further than he should. But as most players turn left, and obviously in this case they will have to turn left, that is where they notice buildings in the distance, so the player can go up to them. So there's a couple of different buildings that the player can see. So for example, there's this one, which has got metal shutters up on it, so the player knows that he can't actually enter them. And the other buildings are like this one, glass windows, a bed, as well as a chair, and maybe a few other objects, and the player knows they can enter these, and obviously you can see all outside and things like that. The glass can also be shot at, as it has got the fracture tool on it, so obviously that's shattered, and you can see it on the floor, inside and outside. Again, that's the same for all the different buildings. Back on the road, so the player can see, as the player's moving around, you can see further into the distance and see other things. Obviously the terrain isn't just flat, so there is things like mountains in the distance. And the player always knows he's on the road with, obviously, the model of the road, and also the use of the street lights. So again, the player can't see everything in front of him, just because of how the trees are all set. There's also bits of foliage scattered around. So this is the radio tower, and obviously that's the radio tower itself, and that's just the building for the radio station. There's two ways in which you can enter into the building. The first one is up these steps here. So this is the second floor of the radio station. As you can see, it's filled with computers and various other objects scattered around the room, but you can't access the elevator because of these computers blocking the way, unless you jump. So unless you jump, you can't access the elevator, and if you do jump over, you fall into the hole and you cannot actually move because it's all enclosed. So there is a few objects like gas tanks and things like that scattered around. Obviously with it being a radio tower, there needs to be energy. There's a couple of generators here. The one on the right hand side is how it should look, and the one on the left hand side is the broken one. Obviously I've used particle effects to make a heat simmer, and obviously a smoke particle, so it actually looks like it has exploded and has been damaged. So inside the first floor you can see the elevator shaft still, pipes leading all the way up, as well as a few different computers scattered around the room. So if we go stand in the elevator, it takes us up. This is the third floor. Again, a couple of various objects scattered around the room. We've got a balcony which goes all the way around, so you can see all the way outside of the dome. So for example, the first one here on the left hand side is just full of shelves. Again, the glass can be shattered as well. So the water reflects the sky, and once you're inside the water it does change colour, as well as there's the depth of field, so it actually looks murky and as though the player is swimming. There's a fence going all the way around the perimeter of the buildings, and they are two different sheds which the player can enter and find objects in. And that's my game world.